For a hero with super in his name, Superman seems to get an impressive number of beatdowns when it comes to battling his superheroic peers. But he also manages to give as good as he gets. In fact, there have been many superheroes who have stood very little chance when it comes to taking on the massively powerful and sometimes invincible Man of Steel. And sometimes, to be honest, Clark even manages to give better than he gets, whenever he deems it necessary to actually unleash the full potential of his powers. In fact, I would argue that Superman only loses battles as often as he does because his morals keep him in check. But when you strip those morals away, he becomes an unstoppable beast. Let's take a look at some of these moments and some of the moments where he managed to keep his morals and still whoop some superpowered booties, as we count down the top 10 superheroes who lost to Superman. So many good ones. And be sure to stick around for the end of this list where I will have some bonus content coming your way. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Goku. This fight was non-canon but has been the focus of more than one death battle video. Unfortunately, the odds of this happening in the pages of a comic or a manga seem slim, but hey, you never know. The only reason I'm actually ranking this one so low though is because of its non-canon status. Because who wouldn't want to watch a fight and see Superman triumph over Goku at the very end? We all assume these two would have a great fight as they seem so evenly matched, both being from very strong alien races and almost the last of their kind. Goku got bested both times due to his desire to keep it a fair fight. In one of the death battle videos, Goku actually could have won if he had decided to use kryptonite, but he kind of felt like it was cheating, so wah, you lose. Goku just wants to win on brute strength alone. It's all about the power levels.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
You're insane!
Number 9. The Elite. This entire team of anti-heroes got Superman's attention after they started dispatching villains in a brutal and violent way, even killing them. Superman, being very anti-violence, disagreed with their methods and told them to stop it. But their leader, Manchester Black, a powerful telekinetic, refused, laughing in Superman's face. Much to Kal-El's dismay, the team also seemed to be gaining popularity among civilians. The team and Superman eventually came to blows, and just as they thought they had won and defeated him and potentially killed him, Superman reappeared and seemed to hang up his morals momentarily in order to kill them all. The whole battle had been filmed and broadcast, so Manchester Black at least was able to declare that this proved that Superman was no better than they were. He was actually the only one left alive at the end, although Superman did apparently zap his powers away from him. But Superman once again managed to turn the tables on the Elite, revealing that he hadn't actually killed anyone, he just knocked out Manchester Black's teammates, and that his zapping of Manchester Black's powers was actually temporary and he would eventually recover. So yeah. Number 8. Flash. On the alternate Earth 2, Darkseid managed to create a clone of Kal-El, which appeared to possess almost all of the original Kal-El's memories actually. This version of Superman was known as Brutal, and while Superman often struggles to win against the Flash in the main continuity, this version of Superman both outran the Flash and managed to catch him. Even worse, he aimed to stop Jason Garrick, Earth 2's current Flash, from running away from him by crippling one of his legs. Ouch. Number 7. Maxima. Based off of a similar interaction from the comics, Maxima of the royal house of the planet Almerac offered herself to Superman in the Superman animated series. She told him that they were a perfect genetic match and promised that if he was able to best her in combat, she would wed him. He told her that he wasn't interested, which caused her to start a fight with him. He did end up defeating her, but this only strengthened her attraction to him more. Delighted she had finally found someone who she deemed her equal. He beat her, but then she kidnapped him, because that's what you do, I guess, when you're in love with someone and they beat you in combat. Number 6. Batman. Usually Batman is the one that beats Superman. Despite not having superpowers himself, he is pretty much always prepared going into battle with Superman, or with anyone for that matter. It's his superior planning skills and ability to be prepared for any outcome that always gives Batman the upper hand, usually, and the edge in a battle. But what happens when Batman is without this skill? In the Justice League origin storyline from the New 52, we get to see what happens when Batman and Superman fight for the first time. Without Batman's extensive knowledge of Superman, he is left insanely vulnerable to the superpowered Kal-El. Green Lantern even attempts to help Batman out when all of Batman's gadgets that he would normally use to dominate in a fight seem to come up short. But even Green Lantern and Batman together proved no match for the Man of Steel.
Super tickles! No. Gucci, 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 Gucci.
Number 5. Wonder Woman. This one is only ranked so low because it is so brutal and it hurts my heart whenever I think about it. This fight happened in an alternate timeline where Superman and Batman become tyrannical leaders. Wonder Woman was one of the few heroes left who was attempting to save the world from their fascist supremacy. She managed to take out Bruce, but unfortunately was no match for the enraged Superman that she ended up crossing paths with, who was obviously pissed that she had taken out his BFF, Batman. Clark didn't just beat Wonder Woman though, no. He destroyed her. He demolished her shield, blasted through her bracelets, and ended up strangling her with her own lasso of truth. Oh, devastating. Number 4. The Hulk. Any battle with the Hulk proves interesting as not many can take on the Green Giant and come out victorious. While the Hulk is Marvel and Superman is DC, we all bow down to the Hulk's strength, no matter what side of the fence we're on here. In other words, if a hero can beat the Hulk, it means something, namely that they are one of the strongest heroes in existence, because Hulk is on another level when it comes to his strength. During this crossover, Bruce Banner ended up being agitated by Lex Luthor and transforming into the Hulk in Metropolis. With innocence in danger, Superman swooped in and was forced to fight the Hulk out of the area. Superman fought him all the way to his Fortress of Solitude, but found himself unable to calm the Hulk down, and was forced to beat the Hulk by punching him so hard that he was knocked into the Phantom Zone. Now that is some strength. Number 3. Dr. Fate. This battle was a surprisingly quick one. You would think that it wouldn't even be a fair fight for the Man of Steel due to his weakness to magic, a weakness that really only exists to prevent him from being so overpowered. Remember the original Superman, like before the 80s? No weaknesses and he just seemed to have a limitless amount of convenient superpowers? Oh, those were the ultimate days for a caped vigilante. No longer, unfortunately. Superman was retconned and given limits and weaknesses to make him a more interesting character. After all, everyone enjoys reading about his struggle. We want to see Superman, try and fail sometimes. This battle between Dr. Fate and Earth 2 Superman, the Kal-El clone known as Brutal, was not that though. Not a struggle. Not at all. Superman snuck up on the magical hero and smashed his helmet, which is kind of Dr. Fate's power source. Therefore, in doing so, he instantly defeated him. Well, that was easy.
That was easy.
Number 2. Thor. In the JLA/Avengers series from 2003, we saw the two famous superheroes from competing comic book powerhouse publishers come to blows as they raced one another to prevent the opposing team from seizing the 12 items of power. In the series, we saw a battle that put Thor up against Superman in the Savage Lands in a one-on-one fight over the Cosmic Cube. These two strong characters had always been a heated topic of debate for fans who mulled at who would be the victor should the two come to blows in a crossover. The answer? Superman proved to be the stronger after stopping an attack from Thor and then just KOing him in a battle, ending the famed debate once and for all. Just kidding, I'm sure everyone's still debating. Y'all can have a debate in the comments who you think would win again in a fight. Number 1. Shazam. In the Injustice Gods Among Us video game, we saw these two similar heroes come to blows. While many might think that Shazam having magic at his disposal would allow him to make quick work of Superman, being that Superman's weakness is magic, turns out they'd be wrong. In Injustice, we see a darker side of Superman, one who is no longer holding back his power. He freezes Shazam's mouth shut and melts his brain with his heat vision after Shazam disagrees with the Man of Steel. Yikes. Remind me to never get in an argument with Injustice Superman. Thanks for watching, Nerd Squad. I hope you enjoyed this list. Who would you most want to see Supes fight? What are some of your favorite Superman fights? What do you think is Superman's greatest strength or greatest weakness? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to comment below for a chance to have your words featured in a future list. And if you haven't already, smash that sub and ring that bell so you never miss out when we do post those shiny new future lists. This has been Top 10 Nerd and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. You stay nerdy, YouTube. Still whoop some super-powered booties. He did blow someone up though, so I guess it's like, geez, she'll reform, it's fine. Flash is like, that's my thing, man, don't do that. So really, he only beats him because of their friendship, when you think about it. Not Wonder Woman. Not my girl Wonder Woman. Metropolis. With innocence, no longer forever. What does that even mean? I love when Superman just comes in and he's like, this should be a hard battle. You're insta-killed. I'm like, whoa.